Today I'm going to show you how to clean the evaporator in your car's air conditioner system without removing it from the vehicle. Welcome to He Can Fix Anything. I am back on my farm and in my training center in the West African country of Liberia. And my old Land Cruiser has a problem. When I was cleaning it out, I discovered that the evaporator is all clogged full of dirt and junk from years of off-road use, and I've got to clean it out. But I need to do it as cheap as possible, and here's the method I'm going to use. Now, before we get started, I want to give you a couple pieces of advice. One is, after you are able to open things up and have access to the evaporator coil, it may not necessarily mean that you can see it directly with your eye. And so what I ended up using is what I have in my other hand, and that's my smartphone. I was able to snake it up through the opening where I took the blower motor out to be able to see that. The only problem I noticed that I ran into is that being that close, it can be hard to focus, it can be kind of hard to see. And so I do happen to have this wide angle lens that clips on my phone, which is fantastic. And it also came with this little clip light, which can add to the light on your phone to light the area up so you can see clearly when you shoot the video. And both of these, I'll put links in the description below. And as always, if you buy it through that link, I get a little change in my pocket, and it really encourages me to help to continue making videos like this one. Now, you may have noticed that the interior of my Land Cruiser is out. That is because when I was in the States for a few months, some mice decided to take up residence, and they made lots of babies. And in fact, in the blower motor, in that ductwork by the evaporator core, was a big mouse nest that I had to clean out. And that's how I discovered that the evaporator was also plugged up with dirt. The other thing you're going to need is a cleaning solution. And so in this spray bottle, I put some warm water, about a couple teaspoons of liquid dish soap, and probably 1/8 of a cup of vinegar. And so the dish soap will help break up that dirt and gunk. The vinegar will help sanitize it and kill any smells that are there. So the first thing you want to do to open this up is to gain as much access as possible. Now in these Toyotas, the glove box actually comes out really easy, and it all kind of depends on your car on how much access you have. And so these actually just pop down a little bit. Once that glove box is removed, then one point of access could be right here. When you switch your AC from outside air to inside air, this is the flap that moves on this particular type of car. And so that's one point that you may be able to get in. There's a filter here that needs to be removed. In my case, the mice ate through that, and it still doesn't give me the access that I need, but that's a possibility on your vehicle. In my case, the better option was to remove this blower motor, and that was really just 3 10mm bolts, and then unplugging this plug-in from the motor, and then that opens up a pretty nice sized space to be able to get in there. So let me just show you what I saw. Sneak in here a little bit, and there you can see that the evaporator core is really, there's not much air that can pass through there. It's really clogged up. You can see some remnants of the mice that were in there making a house. The next step is to get this sprayed down with the vinegar and soap and water solution. Okay, I have sprayed this down with about 50 squirts of the solution, and the nice thing about this camera is I'm able to inspect to make sure I got it soaked really well. Everything looks pretty good. And so what I'm going to do next is wait for about 15 minutes for that to soak in and loosen things up. Now it's time to make a mess. And that means getting a hold of your hose. And I recommend putting a pistol grip type sprayer nozzle on it, the one that looks like a small gun. That way you'll be able to get up into the opening and have it preset to where it shoots a hard stream of water. And then you're going to want to just move that around and spray your evaporator coil down. Unfortunately, I have this. This is the only one I have out here in the jungle, and so I'm forced to use it. The other thing you're going to want to do before you start spraying water is to lay down some plastic inside your car, to lay down some towels, because there is going to be some overspray. There's going to be some run out. Now, your system does have a drain in it. That's when you're on the AC and you have that drip, drip, drip of water under your car. But that drain is going to be overwhelmed, and it's not going to be able to drain all this. So you are going to get some on the inside. So lots of plastic and towels will help keep your interior dry. Whew. I was able to get that sprayed out a couple points. I think I was partially successful. You have advantage over me in a couple different ways. One, I'm only working with a 35-foot water tower, so that gives me about 14.5 psi of line pressure, and so it's not a real high pressure water jet spraying in there. And second, you should be using like the pistol style sprayer, which this straight sprayer really hampered me. And so you should be able to get better results than I got just with those two issues. But let's go ahead and look inside and see how it looks. One piece of good news is I had a minimal amount of water that actually leaked out in here. This has a pretty decent sized reservoir under the evaporator, and that's the drain hose going out. And so it held almost all the water. I say I probably got less than a half a cup of water in here. So that's good. Now let's go ahead and take a look inside. Okay. Well, that is much better than it was. As you can see, I just could not get to the bottom part of that evaporator, but I'd say I'm at least 85% of it, which is much, much better than what it was before. So with that, I would call this a 90%, 85% success, and hopefully you hit 100% on your project, and also knowing that you probably saved yourself hundreds, if not $1,000 versus taking it to a repair shop. Good job.